My name is Roman Sharf, and 20 years ago I founded a company called 𝗕𝗲 that specializes in selling high-end watches and jewelry. My company is growing and it's growing fast, and I'm looking to find the next best salesperson here at 𝗕𝗲. Only one lucky winner will survive at the end of the competition, winning themselves a Rolex and landing a dream job.
My name is David Hatton.
My name is Drew.
My name's Daryl.
My name is Peter Piccolino.
My name's Adam, actually.
My name is Kevin Boyce.
This is going to be fun.
Dude, he takes every box.
He's got experience.
Yeah.
Look how good he is on camera.
He's great.
He has experience. He can create content.
Extremely well-spoken.
Yeah.
Darren Greenfield, Adam 𝗵𝗨𝗬. Right now, I can already pick 5-6 guys that I would just hire tomorrow.
Yes.
We looked at hundreds of videos, and it was extremely difficult to narrow it down to the top 10, but it had to be done. All right, so these are the top 10. We're gonna allow the viewers to have a vote, and the way we're gonna do it is we're gonna take the viewer vote, and then we're gonna take a vote internally, and that's how we're gonna narrow it down to our top 3. Fair enough? Yep. All right, where's my lunch? So we finally got it down to 10, but we had to narrow it down further to the top 3. This is very difficult to do. I'm gonna have to sleep on this one. Yo, can you come here for a sec?
What's up?
All right, so I know we narrowed it down to 10. I'm having a really tough time. So what I would hate to do is choose 3 candidates based on the videos that were submitted. I just want to fly them all in.
Let's do it. I'll have them all come in.
Can you shoot them, I don't know, an email or WhatsApp, something?
Yeah, we'll get them all in here.
I want them here next week.
No problem, done.
All right. A 1-minute video doesn't do a human being justice. And I've really had a hard time narrowing down to the 3, so I said, you know what, screw it. We're gonna accommodate all top 10 contestants, fly them all in, and interview them in person.
We're here, 𝗕𝗲. I'm excited. About to walk in and meet everybody, guys. I don't know what to expect, but I know it's gonna be a good time.
The contestants have arrived. Let the games begin.
How you feel?
I'm feeling great, man. 2 trains on a plane to get here. Happy to be in Southampton.
Feeling good, feeling confident. Hopefully be a part of 𝗕𝗲. Let's see what happens.
Top 3 watches all time.
Top 3 watches, you gotta go Wimbledon. This is one of my favorites. RM, and definitely offshore.
How many watches do you have total, you think?
I probably have at least 40.
Everybody was here. I wanted to let them mingle a little bit, have a little bit of food, sort of take the edge off, and it was time for me to meet them. Morning, boys and girls, or just boys rather. No girls applied, so it's going to be a sausage party today. But first of all, welcome everyone. Those of you who may not know, my name is Roman Sharf, and welcome to the Great Market Challenge. We had some issues, over 100 video submissions. Initially, going to pick out 3 people. So many good submissions that I felt it wasn't fair to judge based on a video submission. We decided to bring 10 of you guys in. The good news is that the 3 of you are going to stay. The bad news, 7 of you are going to go home. There's going to be myself, Anna, and Adrian in the room interviewing every single one of you. I hope it's worth it, because at the end of the day, we want to find a killer among you to ultimately land the job. One of you will ultimately earn a great prize and get to stay here at 𝗕𝗲 and continue a successful career. I'm going to let the guys take it away, and I'll see you guys upstairs. Looking out from the mezzanine, I could tell there were a lot of nerves in the room still, even after the little mingle part. But they better get their together because it's going to be a long day.
This is just crazy. Like, I watch you guys on TV and I'm here.
A little bit of nerves, but just excited to be here and have this once in a lifetime opportunity.
Without a doubt, gonna crush this interview. Easy money.
I'm excited, confident, excited. When you're a little bit nervous, that's always a good sign.
Yeah, so I'm feeling perfectly fine right now. I'd like to think that I'm gonna win.
I want to win this challenge because I'm used to being #1, and by the end of the day, I'm sure I will be again. I'm gonna win this.
I think I stand out from all these guys because of my work ethic. I know what it takes to sell, and I know what it's like working 80 hours a week.
Some tough competition out there, but I'm confident. I think I'm going to be one of the 3 that win this challenge.
I can't wait to get this started. I'm going to give it my best effort, and at the end of the day, that's all I can do.
Who do you think will win the Great Market Challenge?
What do you mean?
No, look, who do you think will win the Great Market Challenge?
That's a weird question. Okay, say it. I'm sorry.
Do you think you will win the Great Market Challenge?
Yes.
Oh boy, this is going to be interesting.
Hey guys, my name is Kevin Boyce. I'm from Northeast Philadelphia. I currently reside in the Parkwood area. I've always had a passion for selling, trading, buying, trying to make money off of watch flips. Since a young age, I've just always loved luxury watches. That's the crazy thing. So I think it started with that, and I've been in sales my whole life. I've been working in sales for about 10 years now. So yeah, it's been great. I just love sales in general. I think it's what I'm meant to do. I've been watching Gray Market for about a year now. My barber actually put me on with the show because every time I go to get my hair cut, we're watching Luxury Bazaar on the TV. So I think with me, I get a little bit more intimate with the clients because I want to know what exactly they're looking for so that they're satisfied by the end of the purchase. That's exactly what I want to do. Just give good experience, good customer service, and obviously, you know, make a lot of sales.
Kevin.
Nice to meet you all.
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
How you feeling?
Good, I'm excited. I can't believe I'm here and I'm like seeing this in person. It's like when you're a fan of the show, it's just like, wow.
Philadelphia.
Everything you expect or not?
Better.
So Kevin, our first interviewee, he came in and I actually liked him right off the bat. His mannerisms, the way he talks, he's a local Philly boy. I can tell he was a hustler, so I was really, really excited to see what he had to say.
We're going to jump right into this because, again, we've got to run through all of these.
Absolutely.
And there's 10 of you guys out there, so ladies first.
Okay, so which attributes do you think makes a successful salesperson here?
I think the attribute that's going to play the most part is the customer service piece in any sales job. Somebody that's willing to go the extra mile. Someone that's going to give the same experience regardless of the clientele. Right fitting the customer, seeing what they actually need rather than what you want to sell them. And something that they're going to walk out feeling, wow, it was like a great overall experience. And someone who's patient.
You got a client that paid you $50,000 for a watch 2 years ago. The market has shifted. Today the watch is worth 20. The client calls and wants to trade the watch in. What do you say?
So I just explain it to them like any other market. Prices change. I kind of usually get into details with the car market, or I'll give them an example because, you know, they don't understand this market. You know, they're questioning it. So I would just break it down how, you know, you could buy a $60,000 Mercedes, and in this year, that's how much it was, and now it's maybe, you know, $90,000. What I would do to try to diffuse it, because it seems like there might be some upset behavior, I think I would probably try to still alter a secondary decision on, hey, we could put you in this watch, and I would explore other options.
I like it. So trade.
Give me a reason why someone would not want to work with you.
I'm a workhorse, man, so I manage the T-Mobile, and every time I got feedback, because they always had to give us feedback as leaders in the building, they would say that I was just kind of like hard on them because I was big on hitting goals. I was a RSM, which was a retail like store manager, and my whole thing was like, hey, we have this goal, so we'd have daily stretch goals. And you know, when the month gets to the end and you're not hitting that stretch goal, it's time to, you know, you kind of got to get behind people and give them a push.
Good answer. I think we're done. Thank you so much.
No, thank you guys for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Downstairs.
Thank you guys so much.
We'll talk to you in a bit.
Marco, appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I think I crushed it, man. The interview process was great, but man, these other contestants, they got a lot to prove. I think I went in there and killed it.
From the first interview, I could tell this is going to be very difficult because, again, we narrowed it down from hundreds of people down to 10, and every single one of them is just killer. It's going to be tough.
My name is David Hattenschwiller. I'm from Geneva, Switzerland. Ça fait plaisir d'être ici parmi tellement de gens passionnés.
I don't know what he just said, but I like it.
Translation, it's a pleasure to be here among so many passionate people.
Oh, so it was a journey, really, but really enjoyable. A lot of anticipation coming over here. When I was a kid, you know, I used to walk to school and I used to see watchmakers doing their stuff and, you know, pass by authorized dealers. And, you know, that really instilled a passion quite early on. I think I'd be a great salesman because I'm a people person. I advise rather than sell. It's going to be a real big adventure, and I'm looking forward to driving and getting results.
David, how are you?
How are you guys doing?
Doing well.
So, yeah. How do you pronounce your last name?
Hattenschwiller.
I was not far off.
You guys were cool.
Alors, j'ai entendu, tu parles français.
Je parle français. Alors, vous êtes québécois?
Love it.
Magnifique. On en a deux. C'est bon?
Marco, please.
Sure. So I guess it's going to be a pretty open-ended question. What's your favorite watch brand and why? And maybe something interesting you know about them.
I like Patek because it's just really dear to my heart, you know. This is like kind of the summum, if you will, for like a mainstream watch. But yeah, attainable, Ulysse Nardin. Unattainable, well, for now, probably like the 5370, the split seconds. That's
good goal to have.
Yeah. It's a good goal to have. That's a good goal to have.
Name your personal theme song.
Freeway's from Philly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. There's this track that he did with Jay-Z. It's called What We Do.
Yes, good answer.
That's my song.
Even though what we do is wrong, we still hustle when the sun come up. Crack is 40 when the sun go down.
What's the hardest thing you had to overcome in life?
We were living in Haiti for a while. My father's a diplomat, so we were living in Haiti, and we had a nice expat lifestyle that we were living there. And then the towers hit, and then my dad was sent rather quickly, to Afghanistan to help the UN on with the humanitarian efforts over there. And there was just a lot of pressure on me, even being like a 12, 13-year-old kid, just being the man of the house or whatever that means. And just a lot of moments that were missed with my father, but ultimately it was his sacrifice, and that's why we're here. He's still with us, and he's one of the reasons I'm doing this for as well.
How would you improve the gray market series?
I would improve it by bringing me into the mix. I mean.
Okay, then last question. Who is your favorite character?
I quite like watching you, Adrian. You said one thing. You said one thing that I'm not going to lie. I've used it, and you said it's not winning unless you don't have strategy. So that was one of the things, and I said, hey, I'm going to take that and I'm going to apply it to my.
You can use an 11. That's fine. Out of 10. Well, thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Go hang out downstairs. We'll talk soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Thank you. What I could gather from the vibe of this organization, I think I'd be a great fit. The corporate culture, everyone seems really nice, and I think I have something to bring to the table. So I'm feeling confident.
I like David. Bilingual, which is a huge plus pretty much in any industry. Lots of experience in the luxury goods sector. This guy's good. Throughout the day, many great interviews.
How confident I am in my ability to pick up quickly and hit the ground running, because that's been my entire career.
Being on that journey to find something that I believe is my purpose.
You watched the Gray Market series, obviously.
Yes.
And who's your favorite character?
Anna.
20 on that one.
Extra points for you, Darren.
I also asked a few trick questions.
I'm going to hand you 2 jugs. One jug fits 5 gallons of water in it. The other jug fills 3 gallons of water. So you have a 3-gallon jug and a 5-gallon jug. You have an unlimited amount of water. You can pour it and put it in and out, whichever way you choose. Your job is to hand me back exactly 4 gallons of water. You don't have any markers on these jugs. You don't have anything.
I'm not sure, it's tough.
Take 1 gallon out of the 5, put it back in.
Can't do that.
I'd mark the bottle before I did it.
Man, that's a good logic question. It reminded me why I didn't do well on the LSAT. But oh my gosh, Adrian, was that your question? No.
Completely fill the 5-gallon. Pour the 5-gallon into the 3-gallon. Pour out the 3 gallons. Pour the 2 gallons into the 3 gallons, and then refill 5 gallons, and then fill the 3-gallon, which has 2 gallons, which will make it to 3 gallons, and you'll be left with 4 gallons in the 5
That
gallons.
is correct.
Yes. He actually said it in the way that made most sense to me.
I kind of figured the engineer would get it. I got to be honest with you, I've never interviewed 10 people in a row, and pretty tiresome. Myself and the whole team was starting to get a little tired.
All right, so I believe we have Josh, Mr. 47th Street.
Hey, good to meet
We
you
buy
guys.
gold diamonds, gold diamonds.
Hey, my name's Joshua Robles. I'm from New York City. I think I'd be a great salesman here at Luxury Bazaar because I have an extensive background in hospitality and nightlife, and I have an extensive Rolodex full of contacts that are spending these amounts of money at nightclubs, at events weekly, that would be willing and ready to spend on a watch here. So if I could facilitate a sale, I think it's a win-win for everyone involved. I think I'm well prepared and I'm ready to crush the interview.
I have a trick question. Let's see how he does.
What are the working hours of Luxury Bazaar?
24/7.
Correct answer.
Just what I wanted to hear.
Which attribute do you think makes a successful salesperson here?
Following up with someone is key in sales. Someone might not always be in the right life cycle of a sale, but if you follow up and keep in touch with them, you might be able to hit them when they're ready to buy.
Great answer. Stay in their face.
What motivates you and why?
I'm motivated to work hard, so later on in life, I don't have to just retire and enjoy my last 20 years. I want to be able to do what I want, when I want, with who I want to do it.
What is the role of the tourbillon in a wristwatch or a pocket watch? Is it A, watchmaker flex, B, it counteracts the effects of gravity?
Counteract effects of gravity.
Good enough. All right. Josh, thank you for coming in. We'll see you shortly. Head back downstairs. We'll see you soon.
Appreciate it. So just got done with the interview. I feel great. I think I crushed it. I think I got this.
Really like Josh's confidence. It was subtle, not too in your face, but you can definitely tell it was there.
How you doing, everybody? My name's Drew, and I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
I'm very confident. I'm not nervous at all. I'm used to doing presentations in front of CEOs and lots of board members, so this is easy. I always like to be number one in everything that I do. So for me, it would just be a way to continue winning. It's something I really enjoy. I'm gonna win this shit.
Speaking of overconfidence, next to the tank is Andrew. Well, definitely best dressed, yes? He's got the best curls.
Get the resume out.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Oh, he's prepared.
I know you're not a big two-door guy, but more of a four-door.
Ah, he watches.
He watches. That's a very rare Seiko 5 on a janky strap that I made.
I'm going to jump right into questions for you, Andrew, starting with Anna.
What's the hardest thing you had to overcome in life?
The hardest thing I had to overcome in life is probably waiting for things that I want. I hated waiting to get every one of the things in here, and I hate waiting to buy everything else.
What motivates you and why?
I always do things to be the best. I'm very competitive, and I always want to be better than all my friends. I don't know how that sounds, but better than everyone I'm around. I want to be the most successful, so. I think I'm going to win because I have the best combination of watch knowledge.
So this guy came in super prepared with a case filled with watches. So I figured it would only be fitting if we test him out a little bit.
One of the most popular watches on the market today, Rolex Daytona.
Yeah.
Originally it was called the Cosmograph.
Right.
It is going to be a multiple choice question, so I'll give you a couple options in terms of why it was originally called the Cosmograph. Was it A?
Well, I know this one though. Everyone was trying to make chronographs that could go into space, and it's a 𝗕𝗫𝗄 movement.
Okay.
Not the first one. It was actually a Val-Joux movement, but very cool.
The first one?
Yes. Val-Joux originally, and then they went to the Zeniths in the 80s. But
all right.
You are right. It was their first one to go to.
They went to Zenith and went to the call in Daytona, but you're right, it was about the space race, so I guess no need to give them a choice. What is the role of a tourbillon in a watch?
The tourbillon doesn't have a roll, it's just decorative.
Actually does. Actually does. The tourbillon will adjust the mainspring to the effect that gravity had on the movement over a minute's time. Originally created by Louis Breguet for the Queen, who was her pocket watch was running slow. So it does have a pretty big to do.
Really?
I want to read up on that. Andrew, thank you so much. I think you've answered all of our questions. Head back downstairs. We'll bring the next guys up, and then we'll round up in a couple hours. We'll
Cool.
see you soon.
Thank you. I'm sure they'll be calling me back soon.
Whoa.
My name is Peter Piccolino, and I'm from Staten Island, New York. I got into watches right out of high school. I purchased my first Rolex at a steal of a price, and then it turns out I ended up selling it to a Netflix movie actor. And it kind of made a profit, the wheels kind of turned. I made more money off that one watch than I did an entire week at work. From there, it kind of just snowballed. So more or less why I'm here, I love watches. Personally, they've taken over my life. You know, I do have a day job. However, as soon as I'm home, I'm literally working on watches. Service watches, clean them, polish them, and more importantly, I sell watches. It's just become a big passion in my life, and it's something that I like to do. Winning this position would absolutely mean the world to me. It helps me put a step forward in the right direction, following a career path that I enjoy, I love, and more importantly, I'm passionate enough to get up and come to work every day and sell watches.
Peter Piccolino, the man that has the acronym of Patek Philippe.
Guy goes and buys a watch for him for 50 grand a year, 2 years ago, and comes back, wants to trade it in. The market has since shifted. Be it the model, be it the market, it's now worth $20,000. He now wants to either sell or trade that in. What do you say?
You could take one on the chin, but obviously that doesn't make good business sense. I would try and navigate maybe into a lower end watch so it subsides the loss. You know what I mean?
It's a great answer.
That's a good answer.
That is a great answer.
Best answer, yeah.
What's your favorite watch brand? Why? Maybe something interesting that you know about them.
To be 100% honest with you, Rolex. Rolex got me started in this business, and ultimately that's the movements that I work on.
Give me an interesting fact about him, Rolex.
About Rolex?
Historical could be
So
whatever.
you work on their movements?
On the movements, 3135s, I've serviced a few 4130s, which is in the Daytonas. 3035s, that's a lot easier, only because that's found in 16013s, 14s, older models. Personally, I like all the 5-digit reference right now. I know it's like a classic. It's almost looking out like a new Mustang and a Fox body Mustang. Carries the same elegance into the future. I just think that they look great. I feel like it's a timeless design. It's almost like a Fox body Mustang. I think it's a timeless design and still stays up to date.
Great answer. How would you improve the gray market series?
I think it lacks almost a certain amount of comedy. You know?
Okay.
You know, it's definitely more serious, it's definitely more mainstream, it's down to the point, but I mean, a little bit of comedy.
Who's your favorite character?
Honestly, down there, I kind of said it was you, but I could also relate to him a little.
My man, yo.
You know why? Because you
look like him.
Not even
Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater.
Because the way that he works and like how he's in the chats and he's looking for the deals, like that's me, like to the T.
That's a good answer. Peter, great scores all around. Great answers.
I honestly think I did better in that interview than the pre-interview here. Everything I was able to answer, no gaps in sentences, and I was definitely able to relate to absolutely everything they asked me. I think that they were able to see that I was conveying, some sort of genuineness and some sort of willingness to actually work here and put in the work. And they see that I do some of the similar work now, so maybe it could just relay into this.
Seems like a lot of good hustlers here, but I'm not sure everyone is a hustler. Alex or Alexander?
Alex, please.
Alex from New York.
Define success.
Time's up.
Sorry, pass.
What are the hours here at Luxury Bazaar?
I'm gonna go with...
All right.
They asked some ruthless questions.
Right.
So this is one of my favorite questions, asking somebody their theme song. Believe it or not, you can actually gather a lot of information by what people listen to and what gets them going. Name your personal theme song.
Eye of the Tiger.
I feel like it'd have to be a DMX song.
Dreams and nightmares make no.
Oh, good one. Good one. Wow, damn. Yeah. That's the best one.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song.
My name is Alec Johnson. I go by AJ, and I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. My background in watches is really just from the YouTube space. I've had plenty of experience selling. My work history, I've sold suits and I sell sunglasses currently. I think I stand out from all these guys because of my work ethic. I know what it takes to sell, and I know what it's like working 80 hours a week. I'm a little nervous. I heard from some of the other guys what's happening, but I'm very confident still.
Come on in. I think he might be the only one that actually brought a resume. Wow. He
And
actually
we
brought
didn't
he
even
actually-
notice.
Oh, I noticed. I was watching. I was waiting to see who's going to bring one. Feel free to speak your mind, no holds bar, because we always tell it like it is here. We expect you to do the same thing. We'll start with Anna.
God damn, you just graduated high school.
No, I graduated high school in 2019.
Yeah, that's
pretty much. Yeah, well, for somebody that's older, it feels like yesterday.
Right. Which attribute do you think makes a successful salesperson here?
100% drive. There's nothing other than drive that's going to work in this type of environment, or based off what I've seen. So,
give me a reason why someone may not want to work with you.
sometimes when it comes to decision making, I will mistake the impulsive decision for the right one. And I don't think that's healthy in a work scenario. And it kind of, it would mess my self-awareness up, and that's not good for growth.
It's taking a pause rather than being impulsive.
Exactly.
I'll give news for you. This is something I've been learning how to do for the last 40 years.
See the
and I
F1
still
car?
haven't. That was pretty impulsive.
You've been hired. It's your first day. What do you do?
I think some team building exercises is important. Me getting to know you guys getting to know me. That way we can highlight each other's strengths and weaknesses, and what I can do to help you guys out, and what you guys can offer to me, which is everything. But
I like how you said what you can do to help us out. Actually, that's actually really good. Alok, I think we're done, so we're going to bring on the next guy. Head downstairs, hang out, and we'll come back to you shortly.
So I just got done with the interview. I do believe that it went pretty well. I'm really confident that they got to understand who I am, and they got to see the genuineness in not only me, but some of these other guys out here too. I feel 100% that I can win this challenge.
So I really like Alok a lot. He seemed like a very intelligent, very hardworking guy, and somebody that we can definitely mold into somebody that's very, very successful. My only initial problem is the lack of experience in his young age, although I could be wrong.
That was quite the experience, a tiring experience, a fun experience. But unfortunately, we have to get to the worst part, and we have to eliminate some of the contestants. I love them all, each in a different way, but at the end of the day, this is a competition, and only the top dogs will survive.
I think there's 3 points of criteria that we need to really focus on here. Knowledge and experience, potential in terms of groomability, and this one is actually very key and important that most people in other industries don't look at, but the fact that we are a content company, they will be on screen. How much attention can they grab?
Personality.
Personality.
These guys are the winners. We're in agreement, yes?
Yes.
All right. All right, guys, so
unfortunately, there's not enough room for 10 here, right? One thing I didn't mention earlier when I talked about compensation and pay, and that is the fact that at the end of this competition, the top salesperson here will receive a Rolex at the end of 3 months, and obviously a job. What I also didn't say is that it's going to be one person that's going to be left with a job at the end of the 3 months.
Whether you guys make it or you don't make it, I can't tell you how much we appreciate it. This was probably more painful for you than it was for us. It made you wait here all day, suffer.
Take a flight.
You know, take a flight. I mean, it was crazy. So we appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. It's really been amazing. I have to say, this whole experience was brutal for everybody involved, all the contestants that came in, as well as the jury panel, I would say. And it was actually quite tough seeing. I wanted to hire pretty much all of them, but obviously we couldn't do that. So it was really tough letting people go. It's the first time any of us experienced anything like that. And again, we are so grateful for everybody that came in.
With that said, I am going to read off 7 names that did not make the competition, and those that are left are going to be those that did make the competition. I've never done something like this before, and it's going to be pretty tough. I'm going to start with Alex Bergman. I want to thank you for coming out, and perhaps we'll see you here soon regardless.
Like I said in the beginning, guys, they're going to be lucky with any of the guys that came out here today. The process has been definitely fun, and I'm still excited to watch the rest of the Gray Market Challenge.
I'm going to next go to Daryl Wynn. Daryl, again, it was a pleasure to interview you, so thank you.
This was super out of left field for me, so I had a good time, new experiences. Probably the last thing I expected to do today, but had a great time nonetheless.
Our next person to be eliminated is going to be Darren Greenfield, our local Philadelphia guy. I appreciate you coming out. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And it was a pleasure meeting you.
Today was great. It was a day that I wouldn't give back for anything. I'll be excited for the 3 that win, and I'll keep watching for season 4 to look out for them.
Our next guy on the chopping block is Andrew Jack Leonadis. Again, a local guy, actually lives right around the corner. Best dressed for sure, and guy came with a suitcase of watches. I mean, I was pretty impressed with that. So again, Andrew, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me, man. I had a lot of fun, so that's what counts. Disappointed I don't get to walk out of here with a win, but you know, it happens.
Next guy to go is a guy that touched us in a way, I should say, from his very touching video, Alak. Adrian was a pit bull, not a puppy. Puppies do grow, so maybe we'll see you in the future. Alak, thank you.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's their company. They know what's best for it. I had a great experience overall, regardless if I made the cut.
All right, it's getting harder and harder and harder. Next person, also a local guy, Adam. I think you have a bright future in whatever years you do. It was a tough choice not putting you in the top 3, and I'm sorry, but we're gonna move on. Thank you. No problem.
Did not make it, but you know, they picked the best candidate and they picked them for a reason. I'm hoping this isn't the end of my journey at Luxury Bazaar, so who knows, maybe you guys might see me in the future, maybe not, but I'm just extremely grateful for the opportunity to come out here.
Everybody did a really amazing job, but at the end, I think we had the right choices.
I think overall, what we were looking for is a package, somebody different, somebody that stood out to us, and somebody that we felt is going to be a good fit. So with that said, the last person, unfortunately, to be eliminated